WDJCDBDJ Chase Radio. Downright Sports MLB Playoff Series Recap. Hosted by the Notorious Sports Critic Brent Reid. Listen at DJ Chase Radio. And watch at Facebook Downright Sports fan page.
All right, showtime, everybody. The World Series is done. It ended last night. The Notorious Sports Critic has to report on it. I'm Brent Reid. This is the Downright Sports World Series recap show. So the World Series, the 2022 World Series took place with the Houston Astros taking on Philadelphia Phillies. Surprising everybody, the Phillies made it there. Houston, not a surprise. It took 6 games for Houston to get it done. Houston was able to beat the Phillies in Game 6, 4-1. Wasn't even close the entire game. The World Series MVP, Jeremy Pena, only the 3rd rookie to win the World Series MVP, the first to ever do it playing the position. The other 2 was Luis Hernandez back in 1997 with the Miami Marlins, well, the Florida Marlins then, and then Larry Sher, who was a pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1959 when the Dodgers won after going to Los Angeles. Pena batted 10 for 25 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He showed out the 25-year-old rookie getting the job done. The series itself, up until the rain out, honestly was exciting. It was much watch. I still believe that baseball starting it so late. They started on a Friday when both series were done earlier enough in the week where they should have started on a Wednesday. They started on a Friday. It was hard to kind of keep up what was going on because they played Friday and Saturday, and then it just, the rain out threw everything out the way. But the first game was exciting enough because in Game 1, Houston, doing what they do, was dominated up until the top of the 4th when they were up 5-0. Philly would come back, tie it, they were going to extra innings, and then Philly would win. Houston would come back and win Game 2, but it was Game 3 with the dramatics of a Bryce Harper bomb shot home run. Harper getting his team, leading his team, looking like he was on the verge of becoming a World Series MVP. But then it was a no-hitter, only the 2nd in World Series history. It was a combined no-hitter, but basically Philly shut down in Game 4, and it just looked like Houston found their stroke again, winning Game 5, and then ultimately closing them out in Game 6. Looking at this World Series, where does Houston rank of all time? You got to put Houston in a totally different category as far as great teams. They are an all-time great team. They've been to the World Series 5 times in 5 years. They won 2, but you got to say the 2 in 5 years is stellar. No team has done that since the San Francisco Giants did many moons ago. But we got a situation now where Houston has another World Series victory, and they have won. You look at it, as my paper gets wet, where would you rank this team as an all-time great? You probably got to put them ahead of, they're in the category with those Red Sox teams. They're right there with those San Francisco teams of 3 and 5 years. If they win another one, they probably move ahead of them. But you take, for example, the cheating. They cheated and they still found a way to get back there and get it done. They were able to overcome that, getting booed everywhere, having trash thrown at them and everything, and they were able to pull out a victory there. You look at with Houston and where they rank, you would put them, they got their core strength of guys, they got the same team laid out, put into place. They got the same group of guys. They've only lost Carlos Correa, who now is opting out of his contract with the Minnesota Twins because he realized winning does matter. But then you look at where would you rank a guy like Dusty Baker with over 539 winning percentage, over 2,000 career wins, finally got a World Series. He took San Francisco back in 2002, but helping this team after they lost and got caught for cheating, he kept this team going. Dusty Baker's been a manager's manager, a player's manager, someone everybody loves, someone everybody likes to have on their staff and he was able to keep this team together, keep them winning, had them in the World Series last year, got them back even better, and now he finally has one. And the message to the whole team, the message on the whole team was win one for Dusty. Well, they won one for Dusty. Where's Dusty rank as all-time manager? He's got him. He's not going to be past Joe Torre because he's got 4. He's not going to be past Tony La Russa because Tony's got 3. But he's got to be in there like the Tommy Lasorda is, the longevity. I will put him past. Past Bobby Cox. Bobby Cox did great things with the Atlanta Braves. He got 1. Dusty's got 1, but Dusty took 2 different teams. Bobby only took 1. No disrespect to Bobby, but I'm gonna put Dusty there. Then you take a look. Where does Philly go from here? In the offseason, Philly's probably going to want to have to add. They're going to need to add another pitcher. Philly making it this year, popping that bubble, shredding that skin. You could see them potentially passing the Mets, passing Atlanta, and adding another pitcher like a Sonny Gray or Chris Archer, just because there's no real top pitchers. I don't say trade for somebody. They can keep their batters, their core group of guys. They hit for power, they hit for average. With that shift nonsense going away next year, there's going to be a lot more hits. This is a team built for that. All they need is they didn't have a solid number 2 to carry them the rest of the way, because in game 5, they went by pitcher by committee. You're never going to win when you're throwing up in the air just trying to figure out what's going to happen. Some of the biggest, what is Houston going to do? Well, nobody's going anywhere. They don't have any key free agents. Nobody's going to be asked for a trade. They're going to bring that same group of guys back. All of baseball needs to worry, because unlike in other sports where you get older, you get worse. In baseball, the older you get better. And the team keeps its nucleus. Justin Verlander will probably come back, finish out his career there. He's winning the Cy Young this year. What better way to top it off with back-to-backers? 2. As long as they don't get caught for cheating, but nobody heard any trash cans this time. What are some of the big storylines for the offseason? Well, when you listen to Downright Sports later this week, I'll have all that. But you got Aaron Judge. Where's he going to go? Is he staying with the Yankees? Is he going elsewhere? If the Yankees, it looks like he may be leaving the Yankees because the Yankees keep making bad decisions. So we could be seeing Aaron Judge in a whole nother uniform. Heck, it could be Philly. They need a right fielder right now. What should the Angels do with their star players? Well, that's Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. They got to be sitting at home saying, I want a bit of that, because Shohei's not getting younger and Mike Trout's already 30 plus. So you got to think he's going to want to get that championship as well. And then what teams you should watch next year? Baltimore. They finished 83-74. They were right there. Seattle, 90-72, making the playoffs for the first time and winning a series. And the Padres, winning a series, was a series away from the World Series. And they're going to he's still going to be out for a lot of games, but you got to think, once they get Francisco Tatis Jr. back, they're only going to be better. So the 2023 baseball season looks promising. 2022 was exciting. It was fun. I'm not happy because the Yankees didn't make it to the World Series, but I'm happy to see Dusty Baker get in the World Series ring. So there's that. Appreciate you guys watching. A lot of fun. All new Downright Sports with more analysis of the World Series. On Wednesday, new podcast drops. Subscribe at YouTube, Downright Sports /YouTube. I can say that now because we're official. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook fan page. I'm running out of places. Also, listen to Downright Sports on DJ Chase Radio weekdays from 12 to 1. Dynasty Radio, 8 o'clock on Thursdays. Trap Radar Radio at 6 p.m. on Saturdays. And She Real Radio, 12 noon. I think it just went off the air. All right, everybody, as always,
you are listening to Downright Sports with Notorious sports critic Brent Reid.